Welcome back. We're getting in breaking news about BJP workers protesting in Kolkata against the Mamata Banerjee government. In fact, they were seen marching towards the police headquarters when police had to use water cannons. India Today has accessed a video of BJP workers actually setting a police vehicle on fire, setting that vehicle ablaze as part of the ongoing protest. And there you see the visuals of the situation turning a little violent. We'll go straight across to Indrajit Kundu, who's been telling us about the security arrangements, the elaborate arrangements that had been put in place by the West Bengal police to avoid any untoward incident during the BJP's protest march to Lal Bazaar. Indrajit, what happened? How did this take place? How did these workers, these BJP workers, set this vehicle on fire?
Well, Avantika, that's right. After what we saw happened on Monday, there was massive police bandobast today here, just barely a few meters away from the Kolkata police headquarters, Lal Bazaar. As you can see, massive police presence. Now, what happened was, I will ask my camera person to show, this is the kind of barricades that had been erected by the police today. If my camera person can just pan and show, this is the kind of barricades that had been put up by the police today, just like the other day when the left had taken to the streets. Now, BJP workers could not break this barricade and they were retreating from this area down this entire road, and while they were retreating, there were several police vehicles that were lined up on this very road, and they vandalized the police vehicles and also set a police jeep on fire. So while the BJP workers were leaving this area, they indulged in some amount of violence, because as we have been stating, there are other two locations still where BJP workers are protesting. We are told that BJP General Secretary Rahul Sinha along with others are on a sit-down protest on the other side of the road where there was another rally being taken out. And we are also getting information at this point in time is that the BJP in charge for the state, Vijayvargiya, who was in fact leading the rally where we are at the location, he too has been detained along with several other BJP workers who were detained from this location. So police did try and bring the situation under control, but while BJP workers were retreating, they indulged in some amount of violence in which two police vehicles were vandalized and one police vehicle was set on fire.
Indrajit, the entire city seems to have come, to a standstill. We can see the streets wearing a deserted look with the various security barricades that have been placed at all entry points of the roads. Now, have those BJP workers been identified? Have they been taken into custody, those who indulged in such vandalism and, set ablaze that vehicle?
Well, hundreds of BJP workers had congregated, and of course several have been detained right now. And as we have been stating, Vijayvargiya, who was leading this rally, has also been detained. So, due course of law will prevail. There will be identification that were done, because remember, just a few days back, West Bengal Assembly had passed a landmark legislation under Mamata Banerjee, which it said that, ever since such protests have been taking place, there have been several incidents of vandalism. Now the West Bengal government has come out with a legislation that whoever indulges, whichever political party indulges in any amount of vandalism which results in loss of public property, they would be penalized. So this act will come into effect now, that has been passed in the West Bengal Legislative Assembly just a few months back. So it would be interesting to see if the government, comes down heavily on BJP party and charges them and makes them pay for the kind of damages that have been incurred on public property, on police vehicle. So clearly, it's an offensive mode as far as the West Bengal state government is concerned, given that what we are seeing, it's competitive opposition politics to get hold of the principal opposition space here in West Bengal,
which has been dominated by the Trinamool Congress after they won the elections. And this is all coming in the backdrop of that crucial meeting, Indrajit, that takes place between the Chief Minister and the Prime Minister.
Well, absolutely. It's about 2:30. So in about an hour's time from now, West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee will be calling on Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Delhi. In that backdrop, what we have seen today, BJP workers taking to the streets, upping the ante, showing their aggression. It's something which is, being monitored by political pundits very closely, because if you see how the left has been reacting for over a few months now, the left has been continuously stating that there is some sort of a tacit understanding between the BJP and the Trinamool Congress leadership, given that whenever Mamata Banerjee raises her voice, ups the ante against the BJP, some, political leader of the Trinamool Congress who are behind the bars, the CBI goes soft on them. And we just recently saw how Sudeep Bandyopadhyay, the chief whip of the party in Lok Sabha, he was in jail for 4 months and now he has been given bail by a court in Odisha. So questions are being raised as to how the CBI is investigating the Sarda and the Narda scam, whether the government is going to, go slow on these processes in order to buy the Trinamool Congress's support as far as the GST bill is concerned. Because remember, even though several of the BJP states have ratified the GST bill in their respective state assemblies, West Bengal State Assembly was supposed to take it up last week. Even though the assembly is in session right now, the Trinamool Congress has decided to postpone that session to ratify the bill. So the Trinamool Congress has written to the Union Finance Minister, Amit Mitra, the State Finance Minister, wrote to the Union Finance Minister stating that they have reservations about implementing the GST right now and it should be postponed. So, there is a political bickering, there is a lot of negotiations that are going on behind the table. All eyes would be on the meeting between the Prime Minister and the Chief Minister today, even as the left criticizes the Trinamool government here for having some amount of a tacit understanding between the centre and the state.
The left march that took place earlier in the week took a very ugly turn when a few journalists were also roughed up and they too sustained injuries. What precautions are the police taking this time around, and what is really the plan, on part of the BJP? What are they planning to do at Lal Bazaar once, those 3 protests culminate at the area?
Well, by the looks of it, there isn't much of a plan as far as the BJP is concerned. The agitation is almost over and the area is being sanitized and cleared out so that the traffic can be normalized. But as far as the police, bandobast is concerned, given that there were several journalists who actually were injured in the last protest that we saw, taking a cue from that, I would just ask my camera person to show, there have been certain, press jackets that have been given by the police, yellow jackets that have been given for the press to wear so that the police can distinguish in case there is an eventuality and there is a lathi charge, who belongs to the press and who are the general workers. So that's the kind of, arrangement that had been made by the police in order to distinguish between, BJP supporters who might indulge in violence and the press crew. So nothing of that untoward incident taking place today and the situation slowly being brought under control.
Okay, Indrajit, thank you so much for joining us. We will keep coming back to you for further updates.